My name is Nina Womack, the co-host and creator of the Let's Be Whole show. Tune in this Sunday, June 5th, 2016, as we feature some wonderful celebrity guests such as Charles Wright, the legend who wrote the song Express Yourself. We look forward to having Charles Wright on the show, talking about his CD that's out now, as well as a wonderful book that he recently wrote about his life growing up in the South. And we also have Daryl Mooney, who's the son to Paul Mooney, and he's a wonderful conscious comedian. We look forward to having him talk about his upcoming projects and sharing some wonderful, healthy, conscious comedy with us. And we're super excited about the triple threat: actor, singer, dancer Parnell Damone Marcano. We look forward to hearing directly from him about how he got on Greenleaf and what the show is about and why we should tune in. We will have director-producer Michael Stone on talking about his upcoming project, Ellen Bond, which I am a producer on. It's a period piece that we're producing. And tune in to Let's Be Whole this Sunday, 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on MorrisMediaLive.com or Let'sBeWhole.com. Hello there. Welcome again to another edition of Let's Be Whole, your premier holistic variety show. We specialize in wonderful holistic education on health and wellness issues, as well as conscious, positive, inspiring music, spoken word. We also do natural product reviews, and we are just here to help everyone be whole, mind, body, and soul. So today we have a special edition. Our show is called Celebs. I'm sorry, let me pull this out. Our show is called Celebs Can Be Whole, Avoiding the Lifestyle of Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll. Honey, now we
ain't avoid no sex.
What an opening.
I know. And we've got some wonderful, wonderful celebrities on the show. They're gonna chime in about their thoughts of what's going on with Prince, what happened with Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. How can celebrities avoid these catastrophes of these premature deaths? You don't have to be sex, drugs, and rock and roll in order to be a celebrity. And I bet you Charles Wright, our guest right here, is going to be able to tell us all about that with his long career. Let's introduce Charles Wright. If you guys don't know who this legend is, Charles Wright was born in Mississippi in the 1960s. 1940s. Yeah, 1940s. He's a songwriter, a musician, also an author. He wrote a song which is one of my favorites and is a national anthem, international anthem, Express Yourself. If you don't know that, look it up on YouTube, Express Yourself.
I don't know that.
I know, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. But let me just read a quick bio about Charles. He was born in Clarksdale, Mississippi, where he grew up musically inclined by playing the guitar and singing in several doo-wop groups, if you guys didn't know. Some of those groups are the Twilighters, the Shield, the Galahads. Wright briefly worked in A&R at Delphi Records and Delphi Records, and was responsible for the recording The Oldies But Goodies.
Goodies remind me of you.
Of you, with Little Caesar and the Romans.
Yep.
Wow, in 1961. That's historical. Wright eventually formed his own band called Charles Wright and the Watts 103rd Street Rhythm Band that all of us know. And let me just say, that song, Express Yourself, it was released via Warner Brothers. It was number 3 on the charts for R&B and number 12 in pop.
I think it was really number 1 pop, but anyway, go on.
All right. And to date, you can hear Wright's songs. They've been covered by legendary artists around the globe, including Ray Charles, Les McCann, Della Reese, Roger Troutman and Zapp, the Ohio Players. The list just goes on and on and on. NWA, as we know, we just saw that movie. They also covered his sampled Express Yourself and Sean Diddy Combs, to name a few. So We are here to interview the legend, the man himself. Let's welcome Charles Wright. Yay, Charles!
Thanks for having me.
Charles, so we want to talk about, first of all, before we get into your CD and book, in the wake of what just happened to Prince, and you knowing this music industry, for years, what's your take on it about celebrities perishing because of drug overdoses?
Possibly also chemtrails.
Chemtrails.
Yeah, but he brought that issue up and brought it before the public.
Prince did.
Not too long ago.
Wow.
Yeah, could be that. Could be drugs. I can't see it, but it's possible. Prince was a vibrant young man, really. Mm-hmm. On stage, he was dynamite. So for him to fall prey to drugs, I think he was smarter than that. I just don't know why, but that's how I feel.
You're not the only one who feels like that, because Dick Gregory, someone just told me about a video he made on YouTube, and I have to tune into that. He just released it, and he said the same thing, that he does not believe that Prince OD'd off of drug use, that he feels like it was something deeper. It was something going on. So.
Yeah, but it's all speculation, so I can't speculate any further on that.
Yeah. Okay, but celebrities in general, we do know a lot of them, have fallen into...
Yeah, unfortunately, since Charlie Parker, I don't know if you know who Charlie Parker is.
Of course.
Well, Charlie Parker was one of the first people who really got strung out on drugs, but he was so dynamic. A lot of people thought, well, Charlie Parker get high, the music helped him make good music and make me help good music too. Mm-hmm. And it's been happening down through history ever since he passed away. People have been passing away from the same thing. I mean, I've been approached a lot of times about drugs, but I'm already wired up, so so I don't need no drugs.
Natural high.
That's right, Papa. And thank God, Yeah. So, but yeah, a lot of my friends. I mean, I smoke a little weed here, and I ain't gonna lie.
That's okay.
Everybody do. Okay. Yeah. The whole time of the U.S. do. All right.
That's a whole nother show.
But beyond there, I don't go. So I've seen cocaine kill a whole lot of people, including my whole horn section of the Watts 103rd Street Band. Yeah, and I stay as far away from it as I can.
Good for you. Good for you. Wow.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I want to stay healthy. When I leave here, I know I'm going to be feeling healthy, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Introduce yourself. You guys didn't get to say who you are. This is Queen G, if you don't know, our co-host, and also...
this is Ali Baba from Mali.
Shaman Ali Baba. All right. Okay.
And Monica said she missed you guys, and she will see you guys next Sunday. She said hello.
Our son.
Yeah, Monica.
Yeah, Monica.
Yes.
Son. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Charles Wright, how did you avoid the drug thing, being out there?
I just told you. I just stay away from it. Mm-hmm. If you ain't got some weed, don't come approaching me, because I don't want none of the other stuff. Yeah, and I don't do too much of that even, so.
And what's interesting is that you've had all these hit records, and so many legendary artists have covered your music, and you created this stuff without the use of any substances. So you're a perfect example. Okay, so only that.
I hope y'all streaming live, because he's showing us how creative he can get.
Hilarious.
That's a good one.
Okay. So then, honestly, you feel like that helped you be creative?
Yes, it does.
Smoking weed helps you.
It relaxes you and puts you in a state of mind. Yes, it does.
Okay.
And I think it's a healthy state of mind. personally.
Hey, we are all entitled to our opinion.
All right.
Exactly. So I'm not disagreeing.
All right.
Anything that you
See, you're not copping out. I'm copping out up in here.
But when we get into the prescription drugs and, like you said, heavier illegal drugs such as cocaine and stuff, alcohol, that's when
You got it.
artists can take a turn for the worse.
Yeah.
So we are going to continue chiming in. We'll have more celebrities talking later on about that issue, but now we want to talk about Charles, his book, as well as his new CD. This is a fabulous book called Up From Where We've Come. Written by Charles Wright. It's about his life as a child growing up in Mississippi, and I am going to have him elaborate what it's about and where you can get it and so forth.
Well, basically, it's about what my family went through as sharecroppers. And sharecropping, in my opinion, is actually the closest link you can come to slavery. And we had a cruel old man my father was associated with for 23 years, who owned the land, and we worked the land. Mm-hmm. His duty was to provide us with the seed and fertilizer. Our duty was to fertilize the land, cultivate it, chop the cotton, keep the weeds and the grass from growing between it, pick the cotton when it proliferated, and deliver it to the gin. So that don't sound quite like sharing, but down the middle, we're supposed to
sharecropping.
At the end of the year, my father and this man were supposed to split everything down the middle. And, of course, he always found a way for my father to go deeper and deeper in the hole, which he did for 23 years until we had to actually escape him.
Wow.
Yeah. And we moved into town, and he used his powers and his influence to try to force us back out on his property. Yeah, and my father, of course, could not find a job. There's no job for my father in town. And fortunately, my mother, she worked in a laundromat. She made $9 a week. I worked on a dry cleaning truck. I made $12.50 a week. That's how we survived until one day my mother came home. She had came to California to visit my sister, who had escaped, her and her boyfriend a few years earlier. So she had come to California, and when she came back, she was never happy. So we'd be out in the cotton field, and my father, she'd be threatening my father. She's going to take all the female children and leave. And like I say, we eventually moved into town. It's quite a journey in this book. You have to see what the journey is. But we moved into town, and one day she came home totally pissed because two policemen had followed her home talking about her, all in their clothes and everything. So she told my father, while packing her suitcase, "You can stay here with you and the boys as long as you want her. Me and my girls, we're getting out of here as soon as we can." And so they left and left me and my father and my two younger brothers who were left there to either make it on our own or somehow get to California. So my father started liquidating everything he had. And eventually she sent him every penny she hadn't spent, and we came to California. And that's where my book ends, at Union Station in Los Angeles.
Wow. $12 a week. And then look at you now, like just That's amazing, isn't that?
That's his blessing.
What do you feel the secret for people who they have had a hard life, they grew up, they don't have anything? What do you feel the secret is to reaching your goals and being able to be a legend like Charles Wright?
First of all, never feel sorry for yourself. Don't walk with your head down. And always strive to do better. That's all I can tell you.
Yes. Amen. Amen. That's beautiful. Now let's talk about this CD. What's the name of your CD?
Something to make you feel good.
Now you go.
Something to make you feel good.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Everything is tied to that thing right there.
Well, it could be a nice glass of wine, it could be anything.
Yeah. Hey, exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever. Meditation. Different things help us relax and get in that zone.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long ago has it been released?
It's been out about a month and a half. Great reviews, just like my book has got all 5-star reviews. I'm getting good reviews on both of them, and I'm very proud of that, and I'm happy about it.
Awesome. Well, can we go to Charles's first song? It's Peace of Mind, right?
Oh, yes.
Peace of mind. We all need peace of mind, don't we?
Some folks, when you don't need them, they be hanging around. But when the shoe's on the other foot, they'll let you down. Smile in your face, but it's just another game. You turn your back, they'll scandalize your name. But there's coming a time when they'll be standing alone, when they have to face up to what's right and what is wrong. But meanwhile, I pray God every morning, and I pray God every night. He gives me peace of mind. Peace of mind. Oh, I pray God every morning. I pray God every night. He is my joy divine. I don't let trouble cloud my way. No matter what the people do, no matter what they say. With God in my corner, I simply cannot go wrong. So I hold my head up high and I keep on marching on. And if my heart should tell me what you doing ain't right, what you about to do to yourself will only cause you strife. I have to pull myself together sometime and don't let go until I feel the Spirit of God deep down in my soul. Oh, and one more lesson I finally learned: should not play with fire unless you wanna get burned. Oh, I pray God every morning, and I pray God every night. Oh Lord, He gives me peace of mind. Peace of mind. Don't you know I pray God every morning, and I every night. He is my joy divine. Yes, He is my joy divine. Every morning, every night, He gives me peace of mind. He is my joy divine. He gives me peace of mind. God is my joy divine. He gives me peace of mind. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well done.
And here, oh my God, that's a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Wow, what gave you inspiration? How did you come up with the peace of mind?
Actually, I was trying to write a song for a girl, and it kept going that way, so I just went with it.
What? So writing a song for a girl, and it turned out to be a gospel song for God, that God gives you peace of mind.
Yeah, now don't get me wrong, I'm not all Christian and all that. I just believe in God,
Yes.
and that's where I went with it.
Yes.
It's a beautiful
Amen.
song.
Well, that's what, we encourage here too. Like, it doesn't matter. God, I feel like God is in all, and God is everywhere, and God
It can't be but one.
and it can't be but one. So whatever you want to call your name for God, that's what it is. But it's one God.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
So I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, right.
It's some of your song. What I like so much is Ugly Woman. I love that song.
Oh, you do
Ugly
really?
woman never give a problem to man.
We going there. Yeah, Charles, one of the songs on his album is what? I Need an Ugly Woman, right?
Oh,
Isn't
boy.
the name of the song I Need an Ugly Woman?
No, looking for
Oh,
an ugly
looking
woman.
for, looking for.
Something. Even you switch it is something,
Yeah.
And you guys, it's all in fun. He's a comedian, and it's so much fun. If you look at the video, I just cracked up. We were looking at it, and you should just see the video that he has. But yeah, I'm looking for an ugly woman.
By the way, I wrote that video. That's the only one I ever wrote. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Did you directed it and so forth?
No, I had someone else direct it, but I created the scheme and everything.
Oh,
beautiful.
wow.
I like that song. Go on with it.
Well, I got one, so.
Right on.
That whole ugly woman subject is a whole different show.
No, I just give him compliment from his music, what he's doing.
Thank you
Oh,
very
yeah,
much.
definitely.
And we're going to listen to another song, too. And so the next track, let's go to the next track. What's the name of it?
Throwing in the
towel. Give us the story behind throwing in the towel.
Well, this guy, he's been married to this lady and it ain't working out. So he had enough, so he's throwing in the towel.
Been there, done that. We know about having enough.
I know we try our very best. It ain't your fault. Our chemistry just a mess. I feel like going down for the last time. I got to move or I lose my mind. I'm throwing in the towel. Throwing in the towel. Throwing in the towel. Throwing in the towel. I think I'm say throw it in one time. Throw it on in. Go on, throw it in. Throw it on in.
All right. Throwing in the towel. What do you guys think about
I
that?
love it.
Thank you.
I love it so much. It reminds me from not my generation time, what I see from my back home in Mali, where I'm from.
Yeah.
It reminds me the blues here, what you guys playing here.
Yeah.
It reminds me from what you go through, and it's from old thing in here in America. And
Yeah.
that's the original music, what I feel before any music here in America.
All right.
That's what I feel in my heart.
Okay.
Oh.
And also the blues and from Mississippi, what do you call Mississippi? The blues.
Mississippi Delta?
Yeah, the original people from my land, Papa. The music come from my land. Too.
Yeah, they say that blues, that blues
I'm from
comes
the
from
Mississippi
Mali.
Delta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my people.
Yeah, they
All
say
right.
that comes from Mali, West Africa.
No
Did
kidding,
you hear
I
that?
believe
That
it,
blues
yeah.
started from Africa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I come here for mission.
Uh-huh.
I'm a messenger. I play music I play jazz and blues.
All right.
In my generation, I want to testify every mistake what they make in history.
All right.
Nothing can stop me.
All right.
All right, all right.
Music, Papa.
All right.
Yeah, Charles, you have a fantastic album. You guys have to get this wonderful book. Where can they get this?
You can get it at expressyourself.net. That's my website.
ExpressYourself.net. Express, EXPRESS, yourself. Hopefully you know how to spell that. .net.
And you can get it at Amazon.
Amazon.com. Up
iTunes.
from Where We've Come, and
iTunes.
also on iTunes. The wonderful story of his life growing up in a sharecropper's family, what he went through. It deals with race relations. What about a movie? Is this going to eventually,
I've had several people mention the movie to me already, so I don't know.
Okay.
Sure it'll eventually be a movie.
Okay. But right now, get the book.
This is something we all need to read. I mean, I'm not trying to just sell you a book. This is the link that's missing that our children don't know about and a lot of our parents don't know about. And we need to know where we come from before we know where we're going. Because you can't go nowhere if you don't know where you come from.
That's true. That's
and
true.
we're
that's
not
true.
growing right now. We need to grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Amen.
We need to start growing and pulling ourselves together. Every other race on the planet does.
Okay. That's a whole nother. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And where can they get your CD, your wonderful CD?
They can get that at iTunes
iTunes.
or expressyourself.net.
Expressyourself.net. Buy a CD, get his book.
And some stores, but I don't know exactly which stores. My distributors in Chicago, so I don't know if they got them out here or not, but yeah.
Okay.
And Charles, you sound amazing still.
Do I?
That's what you sound really good.
Thank you.
I just wanted you to know that. Like,
Thank
I
you
really
very
enjoyed
much.
your music today and listening.
Oh.
And I'm honored to have a legend sitting on our panel.
Yeah. Honored, but unfortunately, you got to go.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
We got our next guest. You know we love Charles.
Yeah, okay, I'll go home. Relax.
Thank you so much for
Thank
blessing
you.
us in the world with
you
your
so much.
talents. It's just an honor to meet you, and much success, continued success to
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good one.
Okay, you too.
I'm out of here.
Thank you for coming.
The pressure's on.
All right, you guys. Thank you, Charles.
It's so much fun.
Yep. Speaking of fun, we have a fabulous conscious comedian coming up. Daryl Mooney, who is the son to Paul Mooney of the Mooney Twins. He is also Dick Gregory has been his mentor, and he's into conscious comedy and also financial wealth building, and he is here to share some knowledge. So let's welcome Daryl Mooney via the phone. Hey, Daryl.
Hey, this is Daryl. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fantastic.
What's going on? What you up to today?
All is well. I just had a nice day, enjoyed the sunshine, and out here and about with the family.
Oh, okay. Well, we wanted to find out what you are into right now, like as far as the projects that you've got going on.
Oh, this got us a lot of projects going on with my brother Dwayne Mooney. We have the Wealth Portal and the company called the Wealth Portal. And in our Wealth Portal, we have a few things happening, all the way from helping people become business and personal credit worthy, where they can obtain real estate, business financing for their dreams in business and investments, and all around lifestyle is really, really especially great for people involved in the Hollywood industry and others. And then we have a new project going on that involves wellness products and business building. So we just got some great things going on. It keeps us busy, you know what I mean?
Yes, definitely. Now, elaborate a little bit on these wellness products. What type of products do you have?
Yes. We have partnered with a company that we have products ranging from green formulas, powerful marine formulas, green formulas. When I say marine, I mean from the ocean, plankton and algae that gives you all your minerals and vitamins in one pill. Not quite like spirulina, but like a combination of powerful exotic green plants. Been working with very powerful people around the world for different conditions, and mostly for all-around health. Then we have weight loss products, weight loss teas that literally knock the weight off the body with incredible results. And then we have pain, and recently we've had entertainers pass away of pain because of pain. And in the past, we have a powerful natural pain product called MSM that's very powerful. We have an upcoming product coming along the scene that's all people have to do is buy ads and make money by the ads of different companies across the world. So we just got some powerful endeavors going on. We are very extremely excited, and one thing about wellness is so important. With all the money you make, hey, you don't want to be the richest person in the graveyard, if you know what I mean.
Right. For sure, most definitely.
Yeah.
Also, I've got to ask you this, because I just asked Charles Wright about this. With Prince, with Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston, it just seems like Bobby Christina, like we have all these different celebrities that are overdosing. Elvis Presley, the list just goes on and on over the years. What's your take on that? Like, what is happening? What do you think people could do to prevent it?
Well, look at the past and the current. Hollywood peeps or entertainers or performers, and being raised in a family. Paul Mooney is my dad, and growing up around Dick Gregory and Richard Pryor and all the celebrities. Show business is a very stressful environment to be in, because everything is hurry up and wait. Everything is high pressure, high performance. You can get fired one day, hired the next day. You can be broke one day, be a millionaire the next. That's how intense Hollywood is. You got to keep this appearance, this dynamic appearance going on, this attitude of positivity going on, and you may be under a serious stressful conditions. Anything may have happened in your family, but you still got the show must go on. And that stress, that intensity causes entertainers and performers and people involved in the business, not only in front of the scenes, but behind the scenes too, to do drugs. and they're seeking drugs for stress relief. I mean, they're seeking the right thing to feel joy and for stress relief. The problem is, or even pain relief, the problem is you have the after effects and the side effects that wear the body out, that break the immune system down, that break down the health of the body in the long run. Short-term pleasure, but long-term pain. Because when you come down, you got to come back to where you were before you took that drug. So, but you also have the flip side to performers and entertainers. You have that whole performer and show business folk who are involved in healthy activities, wellness activities, and that promote those kinds of activities. You always see a person involved in the entertainment field on the cover of a health magazine or a wellness magazine, because they kind of lead in that too. So when you talk about yoga, who's made yoga more popular than entertainers have?
Russell Simmons, for one, yeah.
Who's made veganism and things like that more than entertainers have? I mean, when Beyonce goes on what's the lemon, the
detox
lemon,
or something?
The Master Cleanse fast.
Oh, okay.
The lemon, honey, and cayenne pepper and water fast. I mean, entertainers. So they also, every time I go to a Trader Joe's or Whole Foods store, who do I see? Show business people. So you have that flip side too, but they're looking for the same thing, that stress relief, that natural high, that inner joy. Who leads? Entertainers lead in meditation and these kinds of activities. I mean, some of the great wellness doctors are out here in Los Angeles. We have lots of one thing I say about L.A. when I go around the country, say there are more health food stores in Los Angeles than anywhere in the country. There are more vegan restaurants and restaurants that serve vegan food here in Los Angeles than anywhere in the country.
Right.
So we have the flip side to that, but they are all seeking the same thing, whether it be natural means or whether it be unnatural means. It's the high.
I have a question for you. My name is Queen G. I'm one of the radio hosts on the panelists. Hi, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
You're very informative, by the way.
Thank you so much.
You spoke about Paul Mooney being your dad.
Yes.
Tyrese is my brother, Tyrese the singer. And
really?
yeah, I'm bringing that up because there's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
With being a relative of an entertainer. Can you talk about that a little bit? Because I know I deal with that.
Great question. Great question. You know, it's funny because Muhammad Ali just passed, a great, legendary, dynamic, powerful brother.
Yes.
Muhammad Ali. And, you know, I was reading, he has a son. You always hear about the daughter. He has a son. And
my.
Homeless and all kind of stuff going on. And him and Muhammad Ali really didn't have a relationship. It's like, wow, this entertainers and the children they embrace and the children they don't embrace, and so on and so on. And being a child of a famous person like my dad, that whole family thing, because again, a lot of it has to do with the pressure of Hollywood or the pressure of show business, because like performers and entertainers, as they get older, they have many children. What do I mean by many children? I don't mean so-called biologically. I mean they're fans around the world, around the country.
Right.
That's like there's some people that know my father better than I know him, and I'm his son.
Right. Isn't that scary? I've experienced that before.
Okay. That tell me stories. Look, they run down stories to me. I'm like, what?
I mean, people even expect me to get out of Rolls Royces, and like it gets that deep.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, it's that serious.
Absolutely. They expect you. Well, one thing first, the first thing they expect, you already rich.
Right. Oh, my
You already
goodness.
rich. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm
And
just
I
waiting.
tell them,
I'm
look,
waiting. I'm waiting for my paper to match up with my brothers, and I want to bypass it eventually. But right now, I'm sitting here on the Let's Be Whole radio show, getting it in and making mine. You understand?
Exactly.
what I do, I tell them all the time, look, my name is Mooney, not Money.
Right.
I say, look, and what we have to do is being siblings or being children or or related, we have to, we usually, quote unquote, I don't know how other cultures do it, but we have to make our own way.
Right. Oh, my goodness.
We have to make our own way. We have to, Richard Pryor's son, the only family that I see that really supports each other and really got each other's back is the Wayans family.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, they are incredible. I'll be like, how do y'all do this?
Yeah,
like,
awesome
wow.
family. Exactly.
And so, but I think you have to look at it as a positive. I always look at it as a positive and then say, hey, look at the environment I was able to be in. Because one thing being raised in that environment of show business, I never have been afraid to go up to famous people or people of power.
Right, yes.
I was never starstruck because I know the human beings that they are. So I can walk up to a Denzel as well as I can walk up to a Minister Farrakhan. I never had this thing about fame because of the industry. I saw the human beings that they are. But like you, back to that, I say you make your own way, you take the name, you use the energy, because there's a certain dynamic about that show business energy, that magical quality that you understand that no one else understands, and you know how to turn it on.
Yeah, and
turn it off.
We're very blessed.
That's a wealth within itself.
We're very blessed to be a part of that lineage and that inheritance.
Absolutely.
Inheritance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
on that note, with fame and positivity, like, what do you feel as a conscious comedian in a world full of comedians that use a lot of curse words and so forth in their set?
Yeah.
How did you come to a point of? I want to hear that story.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a great question.
Thanks.
Coming up and doing comedy, there was a time when my brother and I would not curse on stage. We were clean, and that whole Def Jam era passed us because we didn't want to reduce ourselves to that kind of comedy. And we didn't believe in it. And then you learn and you grow and you see, okay. So what I had to learn was consciousness and did not equate cursing. You had the great George Carlin, Dick Gregory, Richard Pryor, my father, Paul Mooney, many comics who are conscious who curse, but cursing wasn't the punchline. Cursing was just in the message, because I realized when you're in a nightclub, when you got a 4-drink minimum, hey, sometimes MF and certain curse words get their attention. Like if you get to run around a lot of Spanish-speaking people, you better speak some Spanish so they'll understand you.
Right.
So we realized that we had to use profanity just for them to understand the message that we were talking about, because all of a sudden it made sense to them. However, as a conscious comedian, we can go in front of churches, we can go in front of any environment, upscale, low scale, whether it be a club or whether it be a lecture format, because we also do seminars and transformational workshops and things like that too.
Oh, let's talk about that real quick. What kind of seminars and transformational work?
Well, one is wealth building, health and wellness, self-improvement, talking about your greatness, personal power, prosperity power, how to make this money. Like one thing that we do, is really about credit, how to teach people about their credit. Do you know you have certain women who won't date a man unless he has a score above 500?
That's
Okay?
right.
Wow.
Do you know that, and some people are so ignorant about credit, I had a person say, ask me, what's the best credit score you can have? I said, 800. He said, well, I got a 900 credit score. I said, a 900? How you got a 900? He said, well, I got 300, 300, 300. That equals 900.
Hilarious.
So we can be real, especially entertainers. You know, down the line, years and years. Sammy Davis Jr. himself, one of the greatest entertainers ever in the history of the planet, died broke. In fact, Frank Sinatra had to give Alta Dees, his widow, $100,000 just to pay for the funeral, because we want to show, we want to be on stage, and we don't want to understand business. So my brother and I, we took it upon ourselves to make ourselves understand business and what it means, and bring that to the people in a way that they can understand.
Definitely, definitely. Because too many of us as creators, we focus on our creative side and not enough on our business side.
Absolutely.
I know myself as a creative entrepreneur, like I didn't take any I didn't go to school. I studied theater. I majored in theater, but I didn't go to school for business. So it's been by trial and error that I'm learning about business, or, you know, I've done courses here and there with, say, the NAACP, stuff like that, self-taught.
Yeah. Well, conscious person like yourself, you better be about business, because you have to create multiple streams of income and different ways of making money, because they don't look at you in Hollywood and say, oh, that's a conscious person, let's hire them. It's more the other way around. Oh, that's an unconscious person. We got the perfect role for them.
The pimp or the prostitute or the gangbanger, stuff like that.
They'll do anything we say, okay? So I have experienced that. You know, a story. Years ago, when my brother and I started out doing comedy, we were supposed to go and be a warm-up act for a television show, and the guy who was producing the show had us come to the studio. Check this out. Had us come to the studio in his office just to say no and turn us down, because he hated our father, Paul Mooney, so much he wanted to tell us no to our faces. That's how petty some of these folks who have power in this business and what they can do and what they're capable of doing. So you better have alternative means. If you're in this business and you're conscious and you have a family that stands for something and you stand for something, you better be ready to do other things, so you won't be stressed out behind this crowd, and you can make it in the long run. If you understand, and I know you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know I do. You got me excited over here, Daryl, because I'm like, oh yeah, multiple income streams. Yeah. My godmother, she has her degree in economics, and she's a very successful grant writer, but and also a executive film producer. Yeah. And the reason why she was able to make funds in order to fund movies is because she created multiple streams of income, and they can do their own projects now. You know,
there you go. Well, I've got to set up where we teach people, especially, I mean, if any filmmakers or any people in the business who are out there listening, what we do is teach you how to become your own bank through the bank. With your credit, we teach you. There's something called business credit, Queen. Business credit, where you can continue to get funded every 5 to 6 months from the bank, where you can eventually create your own bank. And when you get up in the morning and you ask yourself how much money do you need for a certain project you want to put together, are you going to turn yourself down?
No.
In fact, Queen, you better have somebody by you, make sure you don't take too much of your own money.
Okay. I like how that sounds.
Okay, teach you how to become your own bank, and this is real talk. We're talking about where you can have up to $500,000 to $2 million in your account in the next 2 years. We're talking about serious money that you can play with. Is being done by people like Robert Kiyosaki and others around this country. They don't even teach you this in school, but we have the information and we have the education to teach people, average, everyday people, because everybody got a credit score, and to use that credit score and master that credit and master that wealth at the same time. I mean, don't you want to own your own house? I mean, if you don't you want to be able to flip property like the wealthy do? Because people are always out here looking for a home, always looking for a place to stay, a duplex or a business office or what have you. And we turn you how to flip those over. We teach you how to invest.
Well, where can people get that information? I'm interested in hearing more. So.
They can go to. Hopefully, you have a internet. If you don't, go to the library. Get trained. Because there was a time, I tell you.
What's a library?
I was like, internet, huh? I did a show. My brother and I did a show. And then all of a sudden, all these responses came in on all the show, and they all came in through email. And guess what? I didn't even have an email.
Wow.
I didn't know what that was.
Wow.
I took my butt to the library, learned how to work a computer, changed my life. Okay, wow. I get more clients on Facebook than anywhere else, okay? People around the country. So, to get in contact with me, www.mooney, M-O-O-N-E-Y, businessandbank.com. Mooney Business and Bank.
And they spell it all out. We spell it out. Business and A-N-D.
M-O-O-N-E-Y, businessandbank.com. Hit me up on Facebook, Daryl Mooney, D-A-R-Y-L, M-O-O-N-E-Y. Hit me up on my email, MooneyStar, S-T-A-R, at hotmail.com, MooneyStar@hotmail.com. You can even call me, 213-357-0970, 213-357-0970. Get with me, I guarantee.
There's no excuse.
Awesome.
No excuses.
And thank you so much, Daryl. Yeah, we enjoyed you, and we're going to keep the show rolling. Thanks again for calling in, and we look forward to having you back on the show again with some fabulous information on your health and wellness as well as your financial products.
Thanks, Daryl. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Peace. Okay, awesome. So, before we take our commercial break, we have got the wonderful Pardell Damone Marcano coming up. Pardell Damone Marcano coming up, so stay tuned for that. And also Mike Stone with his upcoming project, Ellen Bond. But right now, before we go to commercial break, I participated, Ali and I had to go to Pasadena today on an art tour. And I was able to sell an art piece of one of this artist that I represent, and Ali also performed there. And so he was performing, and they had this wonderful performer who does Celtic music, and he was playing with that instrument that the Celtic people play. Irish music, and it's Celtic, but he had that with the skirt on, like the Irish people
Celt,
wear, the Celt. And so Ali just got up in his Mali West African voice and started singing with the guy, and they just vibed together they had been rehearsing forever. So here's this blonde-haired, blue-eyed man in a skirt, playing his instrument.
He's a beautiful brother.
Ali came in with his African culture, and then the two just meshed as one, and it was so.
This brother is very, very open.
Yes, I videotaped it. Of course,
this brother is very, very open. It's not a lot of artists will let you to sing with them. Always they say, "Oh no, I got to do that, you know.
He was amazing, and we're going to have him on the show. Yeah. I got his CD, and I want you guys to hear his last track, number 8. It's called Moonlight.
Thank you for our listeners.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Okay. You guys, I'm going to post the video with the two of them vibing, Mali, West Africa, and the Celtic. But you can find him. His website is called lordofthecello.com, LORDOFTHECELLO. If you like that music, as well as the other music we've been featuring on our radio show, Let's Be Whole, you can contact us at 877-594-1292 if you're a musician and you'd like your music to be heard. We love featuring positive, inspiring music, such as this song, and also we have an upcoming song by King the Rapper, and he's got his song Hey Mama that we've been featuring over the month since Mother's Day. So let's go on. Again, contact us if you're a musician and you'd like for us to play your music on our show. So now for King the Rapper and his Hey Mama.
Hey ma, how you doing on this very special day? I'm just trying to make it better in every special way. I guess what I'm trying to do is trying to say thanks. You deserve to be loved. All my glory and praise, cause you was there for me when I was a kid trying to grow up. Fascinated by the rhymes, trying to get my flow up. Working in the studio, trying to stack my dough up so I can buy that house that you used to always show us. This ain't just for my mom, but my granny too. We used to laugh and make jokes, how my granny do. She used to drive a blue bucket, how my granny moved, and always wanted me to walk the stage, diploma Grammy too. You know, like my mom, she always wanted us all to be famous, so like, I want to give everybody the time to shine, so Let me tell you a story about it. See, it was 6 of us. 2 of us was gone, but we still live. Older brother was a football player and he still is. Older sister, well, she is a little different. She a singer, dancer, and actor, but really she be chillin'. Now, older brother used to be a prodigy until he got older and started studying philosophy. And me? I be studying astrology, cause I be where the stars at, space and Mars, and I love this hip-hop world, but it be misery. The only reason I stay cause I'm making black history. Hip-hop, well, it can break you down physically. The only reason I stay cause I'm making black history, for real. I love you, mama. I love you, grandmama. I love all y'all mamas, like. I want to thank everybody mama right now. Can I thank everybody mama? We got time? Alright, look. I want to thank my mama, my grandma mama. I want to thank G Wisdom mama. I want to thank my cousin mama. I want to thank
everybody's mama.
Yes, yes, yes.
Nice.
Sweet. Isn't that wonderful?
Gotta show love to mom.
Hey, what do you say about moms, Ali Ba?
Huh?
I said, what do you always say about the mothers? It's about the mothers.
Mothers is always the paradise. From here all the way to the judgment day.
Yeah, he emphasizes that mothers are important.
For me.
Yep, yep.
I don't know about the others. For me.
For you?
Yeah, mothers come first.
All right.
Yes.
Mothers, auntie.
I love it.
Sisters.
I love it.
Okay, well, let's...
I'm worried about brothers. Man, they can do it.
Okay, speaking of brothers, we're going to bring on our next guest, our brother, okay?
Yeah, that's cool.
We're going to bring on our next
You're
brother.
not favorite around here.
No.
So we have a wonderful, wonderful, very special triple threat guest, y'all. Triple threat now. He's an actor, he's a singer, he's a dancer, very, very handsome, and he embodies health and wellness. Let's welcome Parnell Damone Marcano.
So good to be here. Hi, everybody.
So if you don't know Parnell, let me read about his bio real quick. He is in the series Greenleaf, which is produced by executive produced by Lionsgate, and it'll be distributed on OWN, Oprah Winfrey's network. That airs June 21st, right?
Yes.
And your character name is
Carlton Cruz.
Carlton Cruz. So let me read this real quick. Okay, actor, singer, dancer Parnell Damone Marcano has been cast as Carlton Cruz in Lionsgate's Greenleaf. Parnell is a native of Denver, Colorado. All right.
Rocky Mountain High.
He has an extensive resume, which includes being the original cast member at the NAACP Theater Award and GLAAD Media Award winning play Children of the Night. Okay. Original cast. And so it won how many?
Gosh, I can't remember. 2 or 3 awards. That was a long time ago. It was like in the 90s. Oh, and it's the creator Steven Simeon's birthday today. Happy birthday, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Happy birthday.
Let's be whole birthday.
Yep. Okay, so he also is a recurring cast member of the hit web series Old Dogs and New Tricks. All right, I love web series.
Yes.
It's fabulous, fun. And he's company manager of the highly acclaimed Celebration Theater in Los Angeles. Parnell is also a founding member of the Los Angeles Youth Drama Theater Program. God bless you. That's wonderful. That's awesome.
That's a lot of hats.
Yeah. And working with the legendary Miss Mary Wilson as an accompanying vocalist for over 2 decades. Parnell is the only man ever to be billed as one of the Supremes. All right now. I second that emotion.
I have to tell you about that because people always ask me, what is it with you being a male Supreme thing?
Yeah, let's hear that story.
And it's the thing of all the years of touring with Mary Wilson, there would be several venues that we would go and they would have on the marquee the Supremes featuring Mary Wilson or Mary Wilson and the Supremes. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm a Supreme today. Okay, I'll take it. And so I just started telling people, I said, I'm the one and only male Supreme because nobody else can say they've ever been billed under that title.
True.
You know, in association with the Supremes that we all know. One of the Supremes fans, like, we know there have been some other male groups that were called the Supremes, but they didn't really become famous like the Supremes that we all know. I'm like, well, I ain't talking about them.
Wow. Well, let's talk about you as a creator, and the fact that you're a triple threat. Just real quick, little backstory is I have multiple hats in the creative industry: actor, print model, filmmaker, event producer, branding, all that.
Yes.
And so my thought is that if we're in touch with the divine, which is the creator of all things, that and the Bible or whatever spiritual book that has to deal with God says that we're made in God's image, then that led me to believe that I have multiple creative talents too. I mean, God didn't just create one thing or one person.
Right.
All kind of creations. So we have those same powers, and I've tapped into those powers, and apparently you have too. So I wanted to know, how did that start?
Well, my mom says when I was really little, I said something about that I was going to be this entertainer. That I just said, that's what I want to do. And so as long as I can remember, I've always been singing and dancing and acting, just one of those creative types from birth, basically.
Yeah.
And like that's the great thing about when I started talking about Greenleaf, so many of my friends from elementary and high school and college, like, man, you always said, like, oh, you still doing it. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you. I'm so, so much encouragement going on. And I kind of want to talk what you were saying about being part of the creator. Like a lot of times I think that like these ideas for where there's a story or a song or a book, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, puts that out, and whoever receives it and puts it out there, that's who was supposed to get it. Because you know how many times, oh man, that was my idea, but they didn't do anything about it. They just kind of sat on it, and the next thing you know, somebody comes up with it, and it's out. It's like, oh man, that was my idea. I was going to do that. Yeah. I was writing this story, and I had it, and I was going to write this song, or I was going to paint that painting, but it was on my mind, and they never got around to doing it. And they're like, well, because God is giving you this stuff, and it's like, I'm trying to give it to you. I'm trying to give it to you. You're not taking it? Okay, well, hey, this person over here is the one that took it and received it and put it out there. So,
and God's creation is going to be manifested either way. It's up to you to grab hold of it and get it done.
Exactly.
And it's funny because I had a conversation with a friend earlier today. A couple of us went to brunch, and I was talking about how as Greenleaf came up, I was starting to get a little like, man, is it ever going to happen for me? So I mean, granted, I'm working consistently, but nothing like on this level. Oprah Winfrey and Lionsgate. Exactly. That's like huge.
Yeah, sure is.
And it's like, well, gosh, I'm 50 years old now. What am I going to do? Who's going to hire me for something if I don't start working acting? And the week that I got cast, I had 3 auditions that week. So it was like, bam, bam, bam. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, it can still happen. And this was on a Monday, and they said, okay, well, on Tuesday I got a call like, okay, you're pinned, so we'll let you know tomorrow if you're going to be flying out to Atlanta or not. Wednesday afternoon, I got a call from an agent like, are you calling to tell me I'm going to be on a plane later today? It's like, I am. Like, yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes. How did it go?
How did you feel when that happened to you?
I was just over the moon excited about it. I was just like, oh my God, I'm going. And I really just didn't know anything about who was in the show at that time. And it wasn't, I was on a plane talking to a friend of mine, we're texting back and forth. I was like, yeah, I'm on the plane now. And he's like, oh, you're in that show with Lynn Whitfield and Keith David and Lamont Rucker. I'm like, what?
You didn't even know the cast.
I did not know. And I really started like tearing up like, oh my God. I'm like, just gratitude.
Because what you see is like shock on my face. I'm like, while you're talking, I'm like, oh my God. Because you guys, if you know anything about the entertainment industry, I'm an actor and I'm 47 and we hear these messages all the time about our age and, to be a successful actor, you have to be young, you have to be 21. That's all the studios want. So to hear this man has just landed a role on Oprah Winfrey's network and he's 50 years old, I'm just like, wow. Yeah. So that's why we can't listen to people. We can't listen to the negativity because that can deter you from your dream. You could say, oh, I'm 50, I'm too old, I'm going to give up now. But you didn't, Parnell, you didn't.
I kept going. And, because there are a lot of people that tell you, if you ain't made it in this business by 30, you might as well give it up. Like, wait, what? Because and then they're like, there's a whole thing like, if stardom is your big goal, then do something else. If you just want to work and have a good life as a performer, then you'll be all right. Because then it's not about the fame. It's not about the awards. It's just about the work. And for me, that was my thing. It's like, I just want to work. I just want, when people hear Parnell's name, that they're like, oh, Parnell. Yeah, I like him. He was great. I saw him in this, or I saw him in this play, or I saw him in this web series, I just like being the kind of person that people want to work with, that they know that I'm going to come in, I'm going to be on time, I'm going to be professional, and I'm going to be easy to work with.
Well, Oprah saw it.
Okay. Hey, we got a caller right now. Let's take a question. Who do we have on the phone?
Rashad Ali.
Hey, Rashad.
Hey.
One of our media partners, Rashad Ali, calling in. You have a question for Parnell. Rashad's company is called Mr. Hip Hop Music Effect. Nice. And let me tell you, this man is a beast as far as knowing the ins and outs about hip hop music. I know you want to know about Parnell and what he's doing musically too, but you have a question for Parnell, Rashad?
Matter of fact, I want to know, what he got going on currently, any artists, you like to work with, as far as music-wise?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I had kind of started giving up the music part. Not like I would never record anything. So I've never really thought about it anymore. It's like, oh well, I kind of missed those pop star years. But I am one of those people, like, I would like to work with whoever says, hey, I want to work with you. That's I'm totally open to it. So
I want to work with you, Parnell.
That's we got that's a given, sister. That's a given.
You heard it here on Let's Be Whole Radio, right?
Yeah. A witness.
Right.
I hear.
Because I am like, if some big name called up, like if Quincy Jones said, hey, I got this song for him, I'm like, Quincy, hey man, yes, I'm there. But if there's some a new young talent that's like, hey, I like your energy, I heard you on this show or whatever, I want to do something with you, I kind of like being in on the ground floor, with folks who are coming in, it's like, okay, because what I've seen is happen in the music industry is everybody sounds alike. You hear stuff that it's like going. I was in the car and I was like, "Who is that? Who is that?" And you got to ask something. Who is that? Oh, that's Betty White. Who is that? Oh, that's so and so. I'm like, everybody sounds alike and everybody looks alike. I remember watching. I'm sorry, I'm kind of veering off a little bit. Sorry, but like when I used to watch like the MTV Cribs, everybody got to have the Scarface poster and the stripper pole, and it's like, oh come on, can you please be individuals so that I know you, and I guess I'm telling my age. I'm 50. I can kick and I can stretch.
You look fabulous.
Thank you. But that was one of the things about the old school artists on Motown. You knew who everybody was because they all had their own sound. You knew the Supremes from the Marvelettes. You knew the Temptations from the Four Tops. From this. You knew. It wasn't a thing where like I have no idea what group it is. So Rashid, if you want to work with me in some music,
well, the only I
want to get back to that.
I could really tap into that because I was telling somebody a year ago that the industry changed so much. A lot of them retired, some passed away. And it is like all the music channels are really go like Video Soul, ain't no more Soul Train. They're like so all these artists got is YouTube and all those stuff like that. And then you got the new executives coming in. Instead of them letting you be you, they want you to sound like somebody else, and it's like you're selling your soul. So, that's why I tell any artist, you want to be original because at the end of the day, you don't want to call you fake or anything like that.
Right.
So
exactly. So thanks so much for calling in, Rashad. We are, yep. We're gonna get back to more about. So tell us about how you got the role with Greenleaf. Like, how did that come about?
It really was like I went on audition on Monday.
Okay.
And then I was on a plane Wednesday to go.
You got that.
I got it real quick. And and it was one of those things where
wow.
A lot of actors and stuff, you learn that it's this thing, the audition that you go on that you just kind of like, okay, I'm just going here and do what I do, and they like me or don't. Those are the ones you book. It's those when you go in like, oh please, oh God, please, oh Lord, I need this job. Oh please. You don't get those.
That's when you don't get it.
You don't get it because
right.
there's such a desperation that need and people talk about it all the time. When you put out into the universe, I need, you stay in a position
Correct.
of need.
Yes.
You're always in need.
That's right.
I need.
Yeah.
But we just kind of go like going, okay, I'm going to just do what I do. And I turn that over. It's going to be what it's going to be. Me stressing out about it is not going to guarantee it to me. So I'm just going to if it's for me, it's for me. And I went in and I was like, well, okay, here it is. Hope they liked it. And when I got the call Tuesday, Penn, they like me. Then I got the call Wednesday. You're booked. You're going to play. And I'm like, they really like me. You like me. I know how Sally Field felt. Like, and to be honest, I was really intimidated by all these big names, in this project. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get out there and they're going to be like, who is this guy? Where did he come from? Who hired him? He's horrible. He's horrible. All those insecurities that you still have, even though you feel like I know what I'm doing. Like on when it comes to theater, I know what I'm doing. I've done that forever. But film and television is a different animal. Yeah. Because the first time I auditioned for film and stuff, like, you're a theater actor, aren't you? Like, how can you? Because you're all like this. You're all keep all that, but bring it in here, that same intensity, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And so learning how to do that, God, my voice does sound good on the radio.
It does. You have a wonderful voice on the radio.
Do we have a radio show in the works in the future?
Hey, right?
Parnell, I got you.
We're going to talk. Shante, we're going to do this. We're going to do something.
Yes.
We're going to do something.
For real.
That was just like, okay, to get on there and have people come like, man, you're doing great. You're doing a great job. You're doing great. I was like, okay. And I felt like I could feel myself relaxing and getting more into the character with each episode that came on. I was like, okay, I'm relaxed. I'm not going to, nobody's looking at me like, what's this guy doing here? They're all like, okay, he's a professional. He's on his game. The lines are learned. You wouldn't know. I mean, it's not like I don't have any camera experience. Because I've done some films and TV shows and everything. But to actually be a recurring guest star, this was the first big production.
This is going on your IMDb page.
Oh, baby, you better know it.
Yeah.
You better know it.
Of course.
This is real, yeah.
I've got to ask, because I said I want everybody to chime in on what's going on with Prince and all the celebrities that are overdosing. What's your take on it?
I think as with Prince and Michael in particular, we're seem to be talking about people who had injuries and got addicted to prescription medication. And I think a lot of times people don't realize that stuff is not anything to fool with. I mean, you really have to listen to what your doctor, if they tell you to take one pill, don't take two. Well, two's got to be better. No, two's not better. And being honest about the level of pain that people are dealing with, and being able to say, hey, this is what's happening. I'm in pain. I'm taking some medication, and saying, hell, I'm recognizing when you're in trouble. I think a lot of people, I got it. Oh, it's not a problem. It's not a problem, which is, of course, the problem with addiction. Everybody thinks that they can, I can stop anytime. I can stop anytime. It's not a problem for me. I'll be fine. I'm blah, blah, blah. And then we end up with the tragedy, with going on like, oh, man, why didn't they do? How come they didn't? And you just never know what somebody's actually going through.
You don't.
All we see is the glamorous side. Oh, they're performing, they're doing this, and they're wonderful. They're Prince, they're Michael Jackson. They don't have any problems. They don't have any injuries. They don't have any ills. But in the meantime, there are people who are struggling with pain and with possible addiction.
And that's what we're going to have more shows on that topic about pain management. There's things that you can do holistically and organically. I do want to definitely thank you for being on the show. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at That Parnell Guy.
Parnell, P-A-R-N-E-L-L. Parnell.
Because right now they don't know the whole name, but like, that Parnell Guy. And on Instagram, PD Marcano, PDMARCANO. And, of course, on Facebook, Parnell Damone Marcano.
And he's on Facebook, y'all.
I am on Facebook. We always exchanging stuff on Facebook.
I think this group right here is we stay connected, you guys.
Yep. Well, you stick around because we're going to talk about our project I'm producing, which is a period piece. And you never know. Maybe it might be a role in there for you. You never know.
Oh, and I got to thank folks. I got to thank Stephen Littles.
Stephen is yes. He is Parnell's publicist, and he is fabulous to work with. And you definitely want to, if you need publicity, look up Stephen Littles.
Yes, and Across the Board Talent Agency. Thank you so much for representing me and getting me on Greenleaf.
Oh, big deal, yes.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Parnell.
You look handsome and you look beautiful, and your history is wonderful. You have a long way to go.
I love this man.
Okay, great. Thanks. All right, Mike Stone, come on up.
Go get him, Big Mike.
All right, and we are wrapping up with the Let's Be Whole show. We've got the wonderful director, writer Mike Stone on. We are both working on a project called Ellen Bond. It's a female spy movie that's set during the Civil War in the 1800s, and it's based on a true story of Mary Elizabeth Bowser. She was a slave that was gifted with a photographic and audiographic memory. She could read something or see something one time and memorize it verbatim. So her abolitionist slave owner, Elizabeth Van Lew, sent her to go live in President Jefferson Davis's White House to portray his dumb servant, his ignorant servant. And what she was doing is she was listening to the battle plans of what the South was doing to try to defeat the North. And she was going back and telling the North all the battle plans. And so that's why they won. The North won. The South was defeated, and why African-American slaves are free to this day, because of Mary Elizabeth Bowser, codename Ellen Bond, and Michael penned her story. So let's welcome Mike Stone.
Welcome, Mike.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Mike.
Now, Mike, not too many people know about Ellen Bond, Mary Elizabeth Bowser. Of course, they know about Rosa Parks and a few, Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King. How did you come across her story that no one's heard of?
Well, that started in 1996. My oldest daughter, her name is Talisa. Mm-hmm. She's biracial, and she's also very much into Black history. Mm-hmm. And one day she called me and said, "What are you going to write about this time, Pop?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to write about Harriet Tubman." And she goes, "Oh, that's nice." She goes, "Well, I heard about this woman. Why don't you write about her? Everybody knows about Harriet Tubman. Why don't you write about Mary Elizabeth Bowser?" And I went, "Okay, who's that?" And she told me she was a spy for Abraham Lincoln. So for the next year, I did a lot of research and couldn't find anything very much. And then I called my friend Paula Kelly, who was a very famous dancer and actress, and first thing she said was, "Call the Schomburg Institute in Harlem." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I did that. Called the Schomburg Institute in Harlem, and this lady named Betty answered the phone, and was kind of surprised because I was asking about somebody that nobody knew about. And so she sent me a big package of everything she had on her, and that's when I put it all together and wrote my first script or draft on the script, and that was 19 years ago.
19 years ago.
Wow.
Mike has held on to this for 19 years to get this project off the ground, and he's gone through a lot of promises. People in this industry always say they have money and access to financing, and
we call them popcorn pimp producers, because that's what they are.
Yeah.
Mike Stone, you and Nina done great job in that Taylor.
Oh, on the sizzle reel. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we did.
And thank you and Nina. Nina, you guys done it very, very.
Yeah,
quick.
Nina. See, people ask me, how'd you get it done so quickly with just that short a time? I said, well, I brought in Nina, and she has this thing about pulling stuff out of her ass and making it work, and everybody went, oh. Okay, well, let me talk to Nina.
Yeah, that's funny. We didn't have much of a budget to work with, and I did the set design. I found the locations.
I went out and bought some hats. I went out and bought some hats. One said producer, the other said writer, the other one said stuntman, the other said director. So I made her wear all three hats.
Stack them on top.
Stack them on top of each other. But that's what we do. And so, what is your ultimate goal? Like, what do you need right now with this project?
I want $30 million to make my movie. I want Charlize Theron to come in and play our one of our female leads, and I want somebody like Debbie Allen or in that category or that level to direct this.
And but
I wanted Kate Blanchett to play Elizabeth, and there you talk about whoever between the two of them.
Between the two of them,
the two of them, we want Kate Blanchett or Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron, yeah. And you know what? I just think that it's. They just give me that look right now.
Who do we want to play? Who do we want to play Mary Elizabeth? We're looking at possibly.
Well, I really like Anisha Brewster, who played in our reel. But that could change, because I figure if she had the right A-list talent to surround her and to bring that out of her, I think she'd be superb at it. That's just my view, right?
No, I agree, but as we know, whoever hands this gets into as far as financing, sometimes they may have the final say with casting, and it may not be Anisha. We hope it definitely will be,
right? But that's even Anisha, she told me, she goes, look, I know if I don't get it, it's I understand that.
Yeah.
And I was okay, well, that's cool, but we're fighting for you. Nina and I are fighting for you. So, I mean, it's neither here or there. We just want somebody, to pull this off. I think she did a pretty good job. Only having 2 weeks to really figure out who this character was to her, right? And just come in and just knock it off, and no more than 2 takes per shot. And I'm like, I think she did a great job. But somebody's going to put in $30 million. They're going to say, well, maybe I think we should have somebody else come in and play Mary, because she's a more sellable commodity, and I understand that. But that's just my outlook on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. You guys, we have a GoFundMe campaign, and you can go to GoFundMe.com/EllenBond, ELLENBOND. We are asking you to please help support us in the development phase. We need some work done as far as the script needs another rewrite on it. We have to hire attorneys and different
casting
things.
People, that kind of stuff.
We need to secure talent.
Exactly.
That costs, if we want a Kate Blanchett or a Charlize,
we have to
Charlize, we have to put down money. So anyway, you go to GoFundMe.com/EllenBond. Please make some kind of contribution. It could be as low as $5. Whatever you can do.
Look, I just want to say one more thing really quick.
Sure.
Anybody out there, this story has never been told before, ever, right? I mean, this has got to be done.
It will be done.
And if we don't do it now, somebody else is going to come out and do it later, and we don't want
Parnell
that.
Parnell said exactly. So we're working diligently to get it done. We've got to wrap up the show. Thanks once again for tuning in to Let's Be Whole. You can check us out on our website at www.letsbewhole.com. That's WHOLE. Thank you once again, Mike Stone. Yeah, we thank you for listening in. Queen G.
Yes.
Any last words?
I'm out.
She's out. Shaman Aliva.
I want to thank all our listeners, and thank you, and come to this radio, and it's a lot of healing. God bless us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.